There we go. Holy cow. That's how it goes. How are we doing, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Getting Jiggly. I'm Will. Had to go run and get the rule book just so I could show it to you. Yeah, I kind of know the rules, I guess. Oh, well, I need to read the prologue text and all that. So yeah, I needed the rule book. So I had to run and go grab that. But as you saw, we are, or from the title and the book and the thing, we're starting Aeons in Legacy. So there's a crowdfunding campaign up with lots of Aeons in stuff. This way, microphone. There we go. And I was like, oh, should I get it all, not get it all? Because I've got Astronites, and I got the Astronites expansion, or the next standalone, and then I've got the Invincible, and I got the new Invincible coming in. I'm like, well, I like all that. And I was doing deck building games, and I'm like, should I get Aeons in? The problem is, Aeons in always looked, I don't know, I don't think I liked the look of it, and maybe it's because I was looking at the earlier versions. And I think, and I will find out as I play through this, I think the static market is something I don't like in games, and especially in deck building games. I'm talking about it over on One Thought Co-op Shop's Discord in their crowdfunding thing, because who is it? Oh, the Lord of the Rings Ascension deck building game is also open crowdfunding right now, and most of their markets are static. Like Dominion, I don't care for Dominion because it was static. We didn't care for Heart of Crown by Japan Made Games because same thing, the market was static. I like the more dynamic market where I have lots of choices and different things I can pick and stuff like that. I don't know, I feel like with the static market, and people were saying in the chat this in the case, is that I'm always just going to buy the most expensive card 9 times out of 10, or if I need another spell or whatnot. And I kind of do that in most of my deck building games. But either way, I digress. We are going to start this. I'm doing a 2-player playthrough. We're gonna have 2 guys. I debated how I wanted to do the stickers. So I bought this cheap from somebody on eBay who didn't realize that you couldn't replay this without a replay kit. So they dropped it down to like 30 bucks for me. And then I was able to pick up a replay kit for about 30 bucks. So I really only saved maybe about 25 bucks, give or take, shipping, because most places that have it is not Amazon, so it's not free shipping. So I'm saving a little bit of money, but I'd like to give this away. So with that all said, I'd like to give this away for Culling for Charity. So if somebody would be interested in playing the other 2 characters, just in a 2-player game or solo like I am, I will probably be putting that up for Culling for Charity. I do know that once you're done, you can use the, what are they called, the Nemesis and the mages in your own games, but I don't know if that's something somebody would be interested in or not. With my characters, I guess. Yeah, they could do that, plus their own characters. So what I'm thinking we're going to try to do, and this is going to be the determination of whether or not this goes up for Culling for Charity, is I sleeved everything, and then I realized, wait, you never shuffle these cards. That's actually going to come in beneficial. I'm going to actually put the stickers on the sleeves. And then hopefully I'll be able to peel them off, put them back on the regular one, and maybe the next person puts it on, and then they have to sleeve over top of it or what have you. I don't know. We're going to see as we go, see how well this works, because there is no shuffling, like I said. Let's go ahead and, well, let's get started. 7 minutes of rambling is more than enough. So our setup here for Aeons in. The way you do this is you do need to, they give you a little setup thing. I want to do all this beforehand. You're going to have a couple decks of cards. We went through deck 1. It made us go through deck 1A, which are basically all of our spells, relics, and gems, which give us Aether. And then we give our characters here and here, and then I'm using dice. We get 10 hit points. Then it basically had us set up our starting decks. So our starting decks are 8 crystals and 2 sparks. So we start with 4 and 1. On our first hand, and then we have the rest of them down here. I know it says deck and discard here. I don't know if I don't always care to use it when a board has it, but we'll try. We'll try. Slide these over just a little bit, and then I guess I can use them for their respective purposes. There we go. Just for you guys. So that way I'm using them like they should be. But we set up our 2 heroes. I will need to give them a name, so I think I'm going to just go and do like a random name generator and give them a name. So these boards will not be reusable because I will have to sticker these. I don't know any other way to do that. I know some people, they did like painter's tape, and then they just wrote on the painter's tape and they could peel it off. Either way. Yeah, so did that. We're starting with our 3 breaches, one open, 2 closed. We will need to either pay to open these, or we can keep focusing them and then opening them. This is something different from Astronites. Astronites, you basically just unlock each of your weapon slots, but in this we will have to either focus it, which will allow us to add a spell to it, and then it'll fire off, but it's a must fire off. Or we can just do a full open, which is 4, 3, and then 2. So it does get cheaper as we go. These ones, this one's 7, 5, and then 3. It can go the other direction, so I'm wondering if there's game effects that'll make that happen. The next thing we had to do was set up the boss. So we, of course, get our first boss here for the Ordeal. Gravehold. I think it's Gravehold. The city starts with 30. The bad guy starts with 99. It's mentioned on the other side. There's an assist deck. You got to make sure you go through it the right way. When I was sorting the cards, I put them in backwards and then realized, oh, okay. These are in a very particular order, so you do not shuffle those. And then our Torn Order deck has 2 Nemesis cards and 2 of each of ours. So very similar to Aeon's in an aspect because, or not Aeon's in, to Astronites in an aspect because, well, this is based off that system. And that is that. It is going to have us read the prologue, and then it's going to have me grab some stuff out of here. So let me slide this over a little bit so I can get that there if I need to. All right. So first things first, we have our Nemesis here. We placed the assist without shuffling it. We took the first face down card right here. This Doom Crawler has come out to play. Here we go. We don't know where the Malestrom came from or how it traveled to this place, but it was drawn by an experiment conducted in the breach mage Xaxos, who was seeking to learn more about the nature of breaches. We have never before seen a Nameless as large and powerful as this one. Its spinning blades are heavy enough to crash buildings in one blow, and it fights with an army of deadly minions. If it is allowed to reach Gravehold, I fear we are all doomed. So there we go. So we have the Malestrom here, but I like Heart of Crown. Oh well. We played it, and I don't know. We only played the one. We only played the base game. I think same as like Dominion, David, is those games are old and for their time. Now there is a second edition I've heard, which maybe has improved things, but they're a tale of their time. And later they added expansions which fixed what modern deck builders fix, right, or do right. So same with Dominion. Maybe if I got Dominion and got 3 essential expansions, and it would be good. I was talking about that too, and with Mike from One Stop Co-op Shop, is like they should make a second edition with, or third or fourth, I don't even know what edition they're up to, with those core required expansion cards already built into the game, right? Or a big box which has those already in it, which I think they did have a big box once upon a time. So basically 99, which seems like a unsurmountable amount of hit points you got to go through. When he does his unleash ability, he's going, Gravehold is going to suffer 3 damage. Additional rules: when an assist resolves, draw the top card of the assist deck and resolve it, then place it in the assist discard pile. This is not the same as the Nemesis discard pile. When the game ends, resolve the last card in the assist deck if able, then continue reading the front of the legacy deck, L03. So that is what we're going up against. Our first little guy here, our minion, he has 4 hit points. He has a Doom Crawler, persistent. Any player suffers 1 damage. So we do need to give him a hit points. Green seems appropriate, right? So he has 4 hit points right there. All right, time for some reading. All right, here we go. I don't know if this lady is the one that's talking to us or what. So, you're not breach mages yet, Brama lectures as she paces down the line of students, her frail form belaying her immense power. Breach mages have protected us since the beginning, since the burning of the world and our pilgrimage into the dark. It was they who founded Gravehold, our last bastion, and if you wish to stand beside these living legends, you must listen and learn. The Nameless shall come again, as they always have, and you will need to be ready. You are our hope for our future. As a young apprentice, you grew up on the stories of the breach mages. Brama, the teacher, wisest of the mages, Dezmodia, the prodigy, master of great magic. Mist, the stoic leader and tactical genius. Malastar, the magical craftsman. Rebellious, powerful, and reckless perfectly sum up Xaxos. These mages are your heroes, and tomorrow, after your ordeal, you will join their ranks. Each of you must overcome your ordeal to learn the discipline and focus, the tools you will need to defend Gravehold. We are nothing without Gravehold. To be a breach mage is to sacrifice your life for Gravehold. When you die, it will be in the defense of our city. Once you understand this universal truth, only then will you be ready to become a breach mage. And that's it. Unlike most games, it's just kind of giving you some stuff, objective of the game, and yeah, rules and stuff. Like I said, this is a played copy, so of course some of the stickers are already in here. You can protect those boards with 3-ring binder sleeves overlay. Actually, you mentioned that, and now I'm wondering. So I bought something, and they sleeved like the large cards. I think these are too small. Yep, just slightly too small. Yeah, so I bought a copy. The one expansion I was missing for the Transformers deck building game, I thought I had bought them all and pre-ordered them, got the thing. Somebody actually had a copy. They didn't know what it was because, again, they're selling somebody else's stuff. And it had the promo, which I couldn't get on Renegade Store anymore. And they had everything sleeved. Like, the person that had this game really must have either liked the game or wanted the game. So I'm always question that, right? When you find a game at like Goodwill or in this case eBay that's being sold, everything is sleeved, everything seems in mint condition. Like, why'd they get rid of the game? Why'd they have to get rid of it? But yeah, those were on the larger combiner cards. They even had those sleeved, so it's fine. I think I'm fine with stickering these. And even still, if I sticker all the other cards and decide I don't want to give it away, I can always take the sticker off the sleeve and put it on the actual card itself. Again, I'm playing Kingdom Legacy, so we know I don't care about tearing things up. All right, so we do need to give our mages some names. So there's got to be like an RPG name generator, right? RPG name generator, spells, and people. Why not? There you go. Fantasy name generator for your fantasy peoples. This probably got more ads than I care to deal with. I probably shouldn't have clicked on this. Fantasy. Oh, it's just Amazon names, alien species. Okay, that's getting too crazy there, guys. Name gen hub. What's this do? And as bad as I'm like opening this up, and it's probably just, yeah, it's AI powered. It's like, I'm just gonna go AI powered. I'll just go into Copilot. All right, so let's see here. I need 2. What do they call these guys? We are. Dang it! I forgot what we're called. Breach mages. 2 breach mage names for Aeons and Legacy. One is a male warrior mage. The other, a female ranger mage. I don't know if telling it red and green will help it make a decision. Probably not. Let's see what happens. Ask David for names. Left guy is Stafflame. What's Stafflame? Stafflame? Channels raw destructive and understanding. It says Kevlar Drath. Raiden Vorsk. The Ranger, it says Balara Winroot or Surin Veilthorn. It gave first and last names there, David. Oh, it can't do full character. Co-pilot's trying to give me their full backstory too, guys. So David's saying, Boelf. Oh, Bow Elf and Stay Flame. Okay. We're going with David. David. Nobody's objecting to it, David. So we're gonna go with. All right. So his name is Stay Flame. That did not work out very well. This Sharpie is not a sharp Sharpie. And Bow Elf. And it's sad because I've got this is the fine tip Sharpie, but I mentioned in other things. Pronounced staff flame. This is more of a cannon there. This guy's wielding a cannon. I could flip it over and just be two girls. And we could try again. Oh no, this was the guy. I wanted to do the guy. I didn't want to do the girl. I was trying to do the guy. Dang it. All right, try again. Oh, he's actually looked like a ramrod. Like a ram. You want to change it? I didn't want I did the girl. It's supposed to be, I'm supposed to be playing the guy. This one's the girl, because I always have one being a girl. Staff flame. But yeah, see, it's more of a breacher is what this guy's carrying now. All right, while David's thinking if we're going to keep it with staff flame, we're gonna progress on with our story. So we need to get our legacy deck. Working with Buri Viridy. If you have better names, go for it. No, not better names. I was using AI to come up with a name. All right. So, told me to read this next, right? To start the game, read the prologue in book 1, read the first card of the legacy deck, and follow the instructions of the card. Do not read the next card until you're instructed to do so. Okay. So, Brama and Mist leave Xaxos as they wish to defend Gravehold, and you follow knowing you must do whatever you can to help. You emerge into chaos. Gravehold is burning and screams fill the air. Above you, a breach swirls, the largest you have ever seen, expelling colossal orbs of blades. Fireballs pelt the Nameless, but its minions are plentiful. You can only watch as one of the mages is torn to pieces by a bladed warrior. As the flames push back to the darkness, you see the bulking form of your foe descending, surrounding by its ruthless army. Brama staggers away from the fray, coughing and cradling a freshly wounded arm. Read the front of L3. Oh, I read the wrong side. Dang it, why am I backwards here? Hang on. Somehow I'm backwards. There we go. All right, let's try that again. Metalad. So, on the morning of your ordeal, you awake to your barracks, outdoor slamming open. Brama and Mist enter, lifting the wounded breach mage Xaxos from a stretcher by one of the empty beds. You arrogant fool, Brama chides. Xaxos clutches his injured side. We need the power, he groans. I didn't know. You have doomed us all, Mist snaps, pressing two fingers against her temple, trying to concentrate. Outside, alarm bells ring as the earthquake shakes the very foundation of the building. In the distance, you hear explosions. Mist looks grave. It is here. Xaxos, face white with terror, moans, no. So, and then the backside that we've already read, which is we're going out, bad stuff's happening, we need to stop it. So, then it said to read the front of 3. Dezmodia and Malastar are holding the line, but we are overwhelmed. You have much to learn, but there is no time to spare. Gather your wits and hold off these creatures however you can. Focus on the minions to protect the breach mages. You must work together. Give them the openings they need, and let us focus on the Nameless. Each of you are a link to the chain. Do not break. Read Maelstrom's setup instructions, then fight Maelstrom and save her. Well, see, now we're supposed to be setting this part up. Pronounce Metal Lad. Okay. At the end of your game versus Maelstrom, if you won, read the back of this card. If you lost, read 0-4. All right, so I guess that's what's going to happen. We're either going to read 4 or 5, or 3 or 4. All right, so now we can get to playing. After we give Metal Lad his name. Metal Lad. Metal Lad. There we go. All right, so we are going to go. So, player turn, and then we're going to do the Nemesis, which I'll have to re-up on my Nemesis movement stuff. So, this one's already unlocked, so we can, of course, always do a spell right off the bat. So with our first hand, we cannot fire a spell because we have no spells ready. So we're going to go ahead and ready a spark. And then we have 4 gems to spend. So we can get Breaching Radiant, we get 2 Aether. If you have 2 or more prep spells, gain an additional. So that would help us later once we get another spell. Neural Wreath, focus any player's breach. Any player may prep a spell in hand. So this would be helpful because it'll allow us to free focus these. Fire Chakram, deal 2 damage. So if I want to start getting some damage early, I could just get 2 of these. Warping Haze, deal 2 damage. If you have 2 or more spells prepped, deal 1 additional damage. So again, this will help later once I can have more than 1 spell prepped. I can't do this one. 5. Incinerating Fist, just does 3 damage. I don't know. I feel like this. I feel like that'll get these going quicker. So I think I want to go with that. All right. So we do have to slide this over because I didn't leave enough room for 2 discard piles. All right. And let's get the rule book out of my way for a minute until I decide I need it. All right. So put that down. So again, normal deck building fashion. Actually, that's not going to help me right now because I'm not going to have a spell to go with it. Oh, actually, I don't even know if it's my turn first. Holy cow, Will. This just tells you that it's been too long. All right. So, first person's turn is, I guess we'll just put them down here for somewhere. Green's turn. So it's actually Low Elf's turn. So she's going to pretty much do the exact same thing. But now I'm debating the Neural Wreath because when she pulls that'll be 2 turns from now. And she won't have a spell and neither will Metal Lad. So maybe we do want to just get some spells to start off. Let's do that. So we're going to buy 1, 2 spells. And then discard that. All right. And then next player's turn. And finally turned off night mode. Because I already had Dezmodia and Malastar. Not nice sounding names. Oh, okay. Oh, you're on night mode on the thing. Nemesis's turn. All right, so let's see what the Nemesis's turn. For oldest to newest, resolve the effect of each power and the persistent effect of each minion card in Nemesis in play. Okay, so he is the oldest, so he is persistent. Any player suffers 1 damage, so we will just... I'm thinking I'm going to make him like the tank, and I'll make her the healer. So we'll have him take the damage. All right. Draw phase. Draw from the Nemesis deck. If it is an attack card, resolve it immediately. If it's a minion card or power card, place it in play. Resolve any following immediate on the card. The rest of the effects will resolve in turn. All right. So Maelstrom emerges. Gravehold is under siege. As apprentices, you are not prepared for this fight. If you are playing with 1, 2, 3 players, discard the top 4, 4, or 2 cards in the Nemesis deck respectively. Place this card in the Nemesis discard pile, then draw a new card. All right. So we are playing at 2 players, so we are going to discard 4 cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we discard this. And then we draw another card. Impale, attack. So he is going to first unleash, which does 3 damage to Gravehold. And then assist. So then we're going to draw the assist card. Mist Fury. The battle rages on and the air is filled with ash, clouding your vision. Suddenly, mist whips the lava tendril from the fog, striking the Nameless hard enough to crack its outer shell. Mist deals 10 damage to Maelstrom. Thank you. I appreciate your assistance. Sounds pretty funny hearing Beowulf. But see, now I'm going to keep saying Beowulf. I'm going to be probably through the entire this game, right? I think there's 7, 8. I think there's 8 chapters. I'm going to be saying Beowulf the whole time now. I know it. All right, so that was the that was the first one. All right, who is next? Yeesh. So take 1 damage. I guess now I need to even it out. 9 and 9. Draw a card. Minion. Minion comes into play with 4 hit points. All right. Crust Smasher, persistent, Gravehold suffers 2 damage. All right, so on the next turn, that's going to happen. Yeah, there's no immediate, so that only happens when it's their turn again. All right, so we know it's our turn for 2 turns. All right. That's probably not the best place for me to put these. Let's just put them right here. Beowulf is not a bad name. We know who you mean. Yeah. All right, so same thing. Attach the spark. Have 4. I think same thing. I think I'll just spin the 2. Just get us started on both hands. All right. All right. Red's turn again. So red is going to fire off their spell and deal 1 damage to... They told us to take care of these guys. That's, I guess, what I'm going to do right now. In Astronites, I've learned, like, I kind of go after those for a couple rounds, like a couple leveling up effects. There's no leveling up on this one. So I'm not really sure how long I just need to beat up on these guys versus attacking him. I did watch a couple playthroughs, so I'm slightly spoiled. I mean, I was half paying attention. But I know, what's his name? Dale the Casual Gamer. He actually beat the mob, all 99. But he plays a lot of Marvel Champions, so he knows like that min-max and comboing stuff. All right, so fired that off. We're going to attach this one. We do now have a spell there, so we actually can. And there's only so many of each of these cards, and once they're out, they're out. So we're kind of at our max for those. So I think this is just a good combo. Having that set up like that. And then we flip this over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got our 2 spells. Unfortunately, well, I will need to focus so that way I can attach one of those and have 2 spells fire off. Right, and then last is the elf. She is going to fire hers off to do 2. And then, woo! Same deal as the first. She's going to attach. And same 4. I think same thing. I'm just going to get the wreath because I think, I hope this is going to come out right. It might not. That might be the wrong numbering. I may not know how to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which wouldn't shock me. I don't normally know how to count these anyways. Starts pretty basic with sparks and flint. Yeah, so that's the one thing they said with this. Like, if you wanted to learn how to play this game, and a lot of your legacy games are like that, right? They start out very slow, only a couple of rules, and they add more as you go. This is a good way, I think they said, to get into Aeon's End, if you're not as interested in the story. Because the story, this takes place after the first games, from my understanding. And for example, like Mist, she is... she's one of the mages you play in the previous games before this one came out. All right. It's persistent. 1 person takes damage. So puts us at 8. Wish I had spin down dice. I do not. And then persistent. Gravehold suffers 2 damage. No, that is not Gravehold. This is Gravehold. So 26. Oh, I did that unleash earlier. Where did I take that damage from when I did the unleash? I did it from here, didn't I? I did it from the wrong one. Because this should have only had the 10 damage, or the 10 damage done by her. So I actually did it on the wrong one. There we go. I fixed it. Memories and Mist are pretty foggy. All right, do both of those, and then we draw a card. Any player suffered 2 damage. Any player discards a gem. Well, that's not bueno. Right, we'll have Metalag take it. And see, Metalag keeps making me think of a Pokemon. Any player discards a gem. I only need 2 to do the focus, so that's fine. I'll discard a gem. And then we get to assist. Assist. Dezmodia's assault. Dezmodia drops down from above, her hands beginning to glow as the power spreads across her arms. A burst of light escapes her, crashing into the Maelstrom as it lets out a painful screech. Dezmodia deals 10 damage to the Maelstrom. So I feel like, so far, they're doing all the damage for me. So I think if I just keep holding these guys at bay like they told me to, I'm good. Isn't there a Super Matter Lad? Super Matter Lad? I don't know. Is there? Potato Man? Alright, so. She is going to fire her spell for 1. This little piddly 1 damage. Alright, and then we have... So, we're going to use 3. We're going to use 2. Right. We're going to use 3 because we can't not use 3. Because the one won't do us any good. So we're going to use 2 to focus this. Right. And then because we focused it, we get to attach 1 to each. And then we will discard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see if I did this right. It should be, because I put the 4 diamonds on top, or the 4 gems on top, right? Yeah, so there we go. Oh, but I don't have 2 spells to damage. Oh, well, I could, if I get the green again, I could have him do it. Or I could use it and just attach it to myself, and it gives me another focus over here. Oh, that worked out. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So we're going to fire 1, 2. Unfortunately, excess doesn't go anywhere, so we're just going to fire it off of this one. Get rid of him. And then we're going to play this for Metalad. So he gets to focus and prep a spell. Probably should focus the more expensive one, huh? That's a free focus. Let's focus the more expensive one. It's a neat little gimmick, but my OCD does not like things moving around on me. Let me attach that one there. And then I will go ahead and do mine there. And then I have 3. And I want this with the spell, so I want it in this order. So I have 3. I feel like if I want some bigger things, like the draw 2 cards or this gravity node, any player discards a card in hand if they do deal 4 damage. I think I need to do one of these. Yeah. All right. So buy that. Put these there. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. I'm being attacked. I may focus too. All right. So 4 and then 1 spell for her. All right, so everything, we got one more Nemesis, and then Metalad gets to go twice. So Metalad gets to go. He's going to do 1 damage to take out this guy. That's good. And then we're going to do 2 damage to here. 1, 2. Then we have 2. I don't have 2, so I would focus this with the 2, except the fact that by focusing, I can't attach 1, so it feels like it'd be a waste. So instead, we're going to spend the 2, and And I guess get the last fire chakram. They're slightly tacky. 2, 3, 4, 5. You can put down to keep sleeve cards from moving around. Yeah, I don't know if they make... I know there was a company that came out with something for board games. It was like to protect your board games. I think it had like a anti like slick surface thing to it. That's annoying me. I don't know if it was annoying you guys. That's my mouse. Again, don't know if that's annoying you guys. Little things like that annoy me. All right. So he got his thing to have somebody attach something. Nemesis, nothing to resolve here. We got a friend. Mantle Augur, immediately. Assist. Persistent. Gravehold suffers 1 damage. Malastar's Boon. Malastar stumbles from a cloud of debris, coughing and covering his mouth. It's up to you now, he wheezes. This will help. Any player gains a gravity node from the supply and places it in their hand. So that's what we were just talking about, was this gravity node. So. Any player discards a card. If they do, deal 4 damage. I guess we'll just give it to... Metalad gets to go again, right? Yeah, so I'll get to attach this. Yeah, we'll give it to him, because I've got this, which will give me a free focus, and then I can attach that. Yeah. That works. So this goes away. All right, because it is Metalad's turn again. So Metalad fires off 2. Well, that was 8. I didn't realize that was 8. So we'll make that 6 now. And then we are going to attach you. And then we can focus. To make this one cheaper. Well, it'll be as cheap as it can get. It's 3 now. We'll attach that one. And then we have 3. So I think same thing. We will get this. Put this first, just in case we can try to combo with our 2 attacks. All right. 1, 2. I like kitchen shelves. Buy at Walmart. Oh, yeah. I see what you mean. 1, 2. Yeah, 3, 4, 5. But I mean, honestly, my table's actually, it's got like, it's a kind of like a Velcro-y type service. So they don't slide usually too much, but if I whack them good enough, they're going to slide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know. We don't have healing yet. I guess that's a thing, right? I guess those are abilities we're going to unlock. Because, like, again, I'm just thinking of Astronites. With Astronites, I have abilities on the characters by default. So I guess that's what we're building up. So I'll build him up to make him more of a tank and make her more of a healer ranged. I don't even know if that's a viable thing in this game. Because Aeon's in, right? I mean, they're mages, so I don't even know if like tanking and all is a thing. Like, oh, you can have 11 hit points to start with instead of 10. All right. All right, so Beowulf goes first. All right, so she's going to deal 1 damage to this thing. And we're going to attach our spell. 1, 2, 3, 4. Balancing Radite. Gain 2. If you have 2 or more spells prepped, gain 1 more. Or I have an Incinerating Fist, which just does a straight 3 damage. Or I can open up my other 1, which means I can attach to it without focusing it. Again, I feel that's a waste. I feel like if I got 3, I would open it, but I don't have 3, I got 4. I feel like 4, I should buy something. I already got an ancient Synolith. So let's put these together, because then I have 2 attacks right next to each other. I think that works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Some games, healer in the back works. Yeah. So yeah, like here I only have 1. Yeah, so I have 1, 2, 3. So this will be a good time to unlock her thing, because then we have 2 spells we can attach. And then this, wish I had 3 spells. So then I'd be able to attach a second one. Although I could use this for Metal Ad to attach his. See what happens. Metal Ad's turn. Alright, so we are going to deal 1 damage. Any player discards a card in hand. If they do, deal 4 damage. So that's fine, because we didn't need that. So she will discard that. To fire this off, we will do 4 damage, 5 damage. And do it in this order. Alright, so this is gone. Again, OCD, man. And that's the thing. I don't even need to sleeve this game. This game does not need to be sleeved. So we have 1. We're going to spend 3 to open this one. To attach that one. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're starting to get there. Yeah, so now we got our 4. And we have 2 spells. We got to get us some more spells now so we can get all 3 of these filled up. And then we can go ahead and get that to combo with that. Sounds good? Sounds good. All right. Our little old elf gets to go. She is going to deal 1 damage. Then we're going to use the 3 to open this. And then we're going to attach both of you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. There we go. Incinerating Fist. There's our 3 and 1, and I can put both those on there. Good to go. All right. This is most likely the Nemesis. Is there any deck thinning? Not right now. So that's what I was saying with this one at the very beginning. I don't know when you came in, David, like I did like in my introduction, it was like one of the things I'm kind of not excited for in this one is it's a static market. So these are all the cards we have until they give us new ones. It's not like most games where the market changes and all the cards change and are random. It's very specific cards that you have to always choose from. And I think that's all Aeon's in. I don't know if they've ever changed that. The difference is you have the option to change out your gems to different 3-cost gems, different 4-cost gems, and different 6-cost gems based on what you want to do. 2 times to start? Yeah, okay. Yeah. All right. Nemesis turn. There's nobody out here, so we're going to draw a card. All right. Power. To discard, spend 6 Aether. Power 2. Unleash. The player with the most open breaches suffers 1 damage. Well, luckily we have the same amount. So this has 6 on it. We need to spend 6 to get rid of that. Where'd my rulebook go? Dang it. Get rid of that rulebook. I don't think I need you. I've played enough Astro Knights now, I think, to kind of understand what I'm doing. All right. So we have to do 6 and then power 2. Didn't talk about what to do with power 2. I said I don't need my rulebook. Now I think I need my rulebook. What does power 2 do? Oh, I guess if there's at least 2 power on it, maybe. There you go. Power card. Number 4. Effect. The effect that is resolved for this Nemesis card. No, that's for Nemesis cards. Yeah. Well, yeah, I know that's the effect, but why does it say power 2? What does power 2 mean? Power to the people? Power to the bad guys? Power to your house? Nemesis turn. Persistent. Here we go. Each power card in play will lose 1 power token. After removing a power token, if a power card has no tokens on it, resolve the effects that is shown after power X and discard it from play. Number 2. Next, I remove 1 power token from the power card. There are no power tokens remaining on that card, so it resolves Storm of Night effect. Gravehold suffers 4 damage. I don't understand the 2. It doesn't say what the number means. Each power card in play will lose 1 power token. Power card. Resolve the effects immediately. Power example. Example, Fog power card Maelstrom. Since also Fog is a power card, is placed directly in play. It is a power of 2. Therefore, Abby and Bob place 2 power. Oh, okay. I get it now. Okay, it comes in with a power of 2. When it runs out of power, this gets unleashed. And then for me to discard it, I got to spend 6. Okay, that makes sense. And then it would be discarded. Okay. So it discards in one or two. Yeah, it's number token. So yeah, I was thinking the 6 was how much I needed. Yeah, David, you got it at the same time I did. So yeah, power 2 means it has 2 power. Each turn, it's going to reduce the power by 1. When it gets to 0, this fires off if I don't spend 6 before that, which is probably what's going to happen. So that makes sense. All right. That was the card we drew for the Nemesis. And you get to go again. So this is already happening. Power goes down. And we draw a new card. Ew, that's a big boy. Merciless Titan. Persistent. The player with the lowest life suffers 1 damage. Alright, so. And he comes in with 10 hit points. 5, 10. 5, 10. Which means this is going to be us. There we go. Alright, Metal Lad gets to go. Metal Lad has 3 damage. That's it. So he can do 3. I guess we will keep going after these guys. It's him at 7. Let's do the bigger power first. Alright. Now we get to attach. We have 2, 3. We only have 4, so we can't get rid of that. I could open up this. So I'd have all 3 open, or I can go ahead and get this big attack. I think I'm going to get the big attack. Get the big attack. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm starting to worry about Metal Lad at 5 health. He's got 6. He's got 6. I promise he's got 6. Oh. All right. Well, here's where the trouble will come in. I mean, he only does 1 damage, and I mean, Boelf is still at 9 technically. She can come in for the save and just say, "I'll take it. I'll take the hit." Maybe he throws the big rock. The Titan is throwing the rock, and he actually hits her in the background. All right. Well, I've got those there. They should be up there. They were kind of annoying me because you could partially see them. All right, that works out great. All right, so she can do 4 damage. So we will go ahead and 2, 3, 4, 2 of them. All right. All right, we're gonna go ahead and add our damage 3 and our damage 1. So that's 4 damage on the next turn. We have 3. That requires 7 to open. I could focus it, which would make it cheaper. I could get this. If you have 2 or more other prep spells, deal 1 additional damage. That seems good, because this would be with these 2 spells. That seems good. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, if the math works out. And see, that's like everybody talks about, like, you don't shuffle so you can stack your deck, like, in a certain way to be able to do things. But it's like, you can't guarantee it's going to happen. And the math doesn't work out all the time. So. Nemesis turn. All right, so this is going to fire off. Unleash. So that is Gravehold suffers 3. The player with the most open breaches suffers 1. They're tied, so we're going to... unfortunately, she's going to take it. She stepped up, took the damage, called it a day. This guy comes in. The player with the lowest life... Oh, it says lowest life. Now I get what you mean, David. Player with the lowest life suffers 1 damage. All right. Don't have that happen again is the question. All right, we're good. All right, so it's gonna waste. So we're not gonna waste. Yeah, we're not gonna waste. So we will do 2 to him. And then we'll do the other 2 to the boss. Yep. We'll attach that. Another player may focus a breach and attach. Oh, she doesn't have a cat. Oh, she doesn't have a card. I mean, it's fine. She can focus, and she doesn't have a card to attach. That's fine. Makes that one cheaper. That was the expensive one. I'm fine with that. All right, then we have 3. I think I'll go with this again, because I've got 2 spells right there. Yeah, and I'll need that to put the 3rd spell out, so I can have all 3 spells come out. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess I was early. That's only going to do 3 damage. All right, what do we got? Boop. Nemesis. So, yeah. Now, here's the thing. One person getting knocked out doesn't end the game. He's just exhausted. And then if he has to take any additional damage, then Gravehold takes double the damage. But all damage would have to go to the other player in such cases, unless it says all players take damage. All right. So that... Oh, and the Nemesis one earlier, I forgot to draw a card, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Unleash twice. This is for the previous turn. I forgot to do this. The player with the fewest open breaches suffers 2 damage. We're the same, so we're just going to say she takes the 2, puts her at 6. We do get an assist. So again, this is from the previous Nemesis. I forgot to draw this card. Xaxos arrives. Xaxos appears beside you, in one hand clutching his wound side. I can fix this, he yells. He lashes solid black energy from his shadow across Maelstrom's shell. Double over with pain, Xaxos stumbles through a breach and vanishes from battle. Xaxos deals 10 damage to the Maelstrom. Alright. Alright, now this is for this actual turn. Time for Boaf to start tanking. Yeah. Immediate assist. Draw and resolve a new Nemesis card. Okay, so first we assist. Dezmodia's plan. The next time you see Dezmodia, she is fully glowing. A sparkling pattern seems to lift off her skin, lightning and rubble around her. Her body is encased in swirling energy as she lifts off the ground. Keep holding, apprentices. My attack is nearly ready. Just a few moments longer. That really didn't assist me much there, Chica. And then this is a power, so this stays out here with a power 4. On power 4, once this goes away, then the assist comes up, and then Dezmodia does 40 damage to the Maelstrom. So in 4 turns, if we can last 4 turns, she'll do 40 damage. But we're still in the immediate. We need to draw a new Nemesis card. Unleash. Oh, that's not good. Gravehold is down to 11. Any player suffers 4 damage. Oh, that's not good either. We're down to 2. This is scripted too. That's the problem. This is scripted. Like, I'm losing a scripted battle. Name like Dezmodia, I expect her to hit you in the back for sacrifice. That's crazy. All right. Well, we know both of the Nemesis cards have come out now, so we've got some turns to deal with stuff. All right. So, deal 1 damage. We'll take this guy out. And then we will deal the other 3 damage here. I cannot get rid of that. That has to tick down for 4 turns. So we will do this just to make... Oops, hang on. We play this. So that way he can attach... We'll just attach this cheapy card. Oh, first I gotta... Sorry. Gotta focus it first. Then we attach the cheapy card. Then she has 4. I think I just need to go all out damage, right? Yeah. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Last turn before we shuffle. So, deal 1 damage. So we're down to 60. She discards a card. She can't attach all 3. Do I have the thing that lets her attach? No. She won't be able to attach all 3. So the question is, do I get rid of the crystal or do I get rid of the spark? I think I get rid of the spark. Because I'd have to hope that he draws that. I know it's here, not here. So we'll do that. So we'll do 4 more damage. Which is at 56. Alright. We will attach our 2. We have 3. Let's go ahead and open. Open says me. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I said that in the very similar tone to Alpha Block. So one of the Alpha Blocks, his name is Octoblock. He's a superhero. He's like, he goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Octoblock. Optimus Prime is not happy with you discarding the spark. Yeah, I know. Sorry. Sorry, Prime. I gotta figure out if you can play that quicker, because I enjoy. I think there's something there that I would enjoy in that Transformers game. It just, I feel like it runs a little long, and I don't like that random chance that of drawing a card and then your entire turn is shot. Basically, you have to make sure you always have like 5 more than you really need to battle, which is not necessarily in your favor. All right, so we will do 2. 1, 2. Let's see here, and then we will attach you and attach you. We have 2, 3, 4. Again, I'm going blazing, man. We'll just do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. There we go. Green's turn. So she has nothing to fire off, unfortunately, because I did not have something to help her. So we'll do 1, 2. She only has 3. It's 5 to do this. I don't have another spell, so I don't feel like there's a reason to focus that. So we'll take her 3. And then, yeah, we'll do the, if you have 2 or more spells attached. Have I missed that a couple times? Or have I not played that card yet? No, it's right here. Okay. I was thinking, did I play that yet? Because I didn't do the extra damage. Nemesis. So this goes down to 3. And we draw a card. It's a friend. Temple Cutter. Immediately. Assist. Mist's Inferno. You watch the fire streak above your head. You follow the smoky trail back to Mist, perched atop a crumbling building, throwing flame as fast as she can. We've done all we can. Help Dezmodia finish off the Maelstrom, she commands. Deal 15 damage to the Maelstrom. Well, I will. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a 10. So 49. She's going to do 40 if we can survive that long. Persistent. Any player suffers 2 damage and discard. Oh, we've got to get rid of him. We cannot survive that. Well, no, we can. He can. She can't. All right. And this is 11. 11 damage. All right. If the Nemesis comes out, that's going to be like the worst card that could come out right now. Speak of the devil. So 2 damage. Bunk. And discards a card in hand. We don't need this anymore, so that was fine. Oops, hang on. She didn't have a hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe we don't want to do that. Does she have 3 spells? No, she does not. So that's fine. We will discard this card. And we draw another card. Shockwave, power, immediate, assist. Power 3. Each player suffers 6 damage. Holy, we can't. Yeah, that cannot. This cannot go off. Oh no! Assist. Seems kind of simple, but the most expensive you can afford, and most everything else seems to run a script. Slightly random bad guys and good guys along the way. Yeah, I think that's this first game. So I figured if I could get it done in 30 minutes, maybe I'd play the second one tonight too. But I think finishing this off and then reading all the rest of the story is probably going to take me about another 30-ish minutes. But it's short enough for me to do this as my lunchtime stream. It's kind of what I wanted to check. I think the choices come in later because I know there's this, because I played the app, there's this like energy you can store, and then I think you can use that energy for things. But I don't know what that is because I just played the app without ever reading the rules. Brama's Rally. This is our last stand, Brama cries out. We need to hold out just a little longer. Weaken Maelstrom enough so that Dezmodia can deliver the final blow. Your mentor glows for a moment and fades. Suddenly, your wounds mend on their own. Any player gains 2 life. Any player. I guess this is any player. The problem is we're at 4. That's going to do 6. This is going to do 2. So, yeah. Although I think we did both Nemesis cards, right? So we should be safe. All right, so we are on red. So 3, 4 damage to this big guy. All right. We're going to attach everything. We're going to attach you. We're going to attach you. We're going to attach you. Everybody gets an attachment. And then we have one that does absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, yeah, I guess the choice really comes down to is like, you need to at least, I guess, get your deck to a point where you can, not say consistently, but at least try to get 6 recruit at a time, maybe. Like right now, I just got 4, right? So if you could get 6 consistently, then you'd be able to buy like this card, which any hero draws a card, which is good. Or 5, which is the one where they discard and do 4 damage instead of 3. That one's just a straight gain 3. And then as we power these cards up and whatever other cards power up, that might change it as well. So 2, 4, we still didn't take him out. So 4 damage to him. He's at what? 7. So this will drop this down to 5. 5. No. 7. Drop him down to 3. It drops this down to 2. Yes. So 3. Oh, math. Math is hard, Will. Math is hard, Will. All right. Attach you. Attach you. 3. And I think we're almost done. So buying is just a formality, I think, at this point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Shuffle and hope we don't get the Nemesis. Although we kind of want the Nemesis because Dezmodia has to come out, which means this thing's going to attack 2 more times. Dezmodia is slightly ahead of this one, meaning this will happen before this. We actually need to get this down to, if she's doing 40, we need this to be 40. I don't know what this last assist card is. I don't know if it's another 10 or what. All right. And Nemesis first. So that. He is going to, any player suffers 2. So luckily he got healed by 2. This goes down to 2. And we draw another card. Minion. Immediate. The player with the fewest breaches suffers 2. So he's exhausted. Let me double check that nothing else happens. I think if it's the same as Astro Knights, you still play. Like I said, you just can't. Yeah, so exhausted players cannot gain life. When a card deals damage to a player with the lowest life, it always deals to the non-exhausted player. Exhausted player suffers damage, instead double the amount on Gravehold. If all players become exhausted, end of game. Yeah, and then this one now is persistent. Oh, he's got 40 health. You gotta be kidding me. Yeah, we're not getting rid of him. I don't think you're supposed to get rid of him. I think this is supposed to be the last round. When that comes out, that's probably supposed to be the last round. Oh, and this assist card comes out. Oh, assist happens first and then she goes. Okay, but we've got 9. So this assist, if this assist does 10, we win before the Nemesis, because this is the farthest to the left. This happens first. So. Oh, Nemesis, I guess we're going to find out. This is either win or lose right here, guys. Dezmodia's bombardment. Dezmodia continues to rise in the air, radiating so bright it's difficult to look at her. You did well, buying us time. Now I can end this. Take care, Gravehold. The cavern walls are rocked to the core. Dezmodia releases all restored energy. So, she does 40 damage, which unfortunately was not enough to take him down. So, this was 11. He's got 3 left. So, I still wouldn't have had enough, unfortunately. So, this discards. This happens, which knocks her out. So now both people are exhausted, so we have technically lost. We have not succeeded in our adventure. There were 2 more cards here. I'm going to look at them just because. Like, there's no way these would have came out. I don't think. There's no way for these to come out. And that's the only reason I think Astro Knights I like, is because Astro Knights I kind of knew when to start attacking the boss and ignore the bad guys. Which would have been actually the turn before this guy came out. Take Dezmodia AD to easy your diet. So he does an Unleash. Would have been the next one if this came out, which has just been 3 damage. And then he'd Unleash 4 times. So that would have put it down to... what? 8? And then 4 times would be 12, so it would take out Gravehold. Although I don't know if this would ever happen. So, alright. So that is that. So let's go ahead and get our card. Unfortunately, we did not win. So it says, if you lost, read L04. Conclusion. As Dezmodia erupts into a violent light, the world begins to fall apart. Falling rock crushes around you and building tumble to the ground. It is all you can do to not pass out as you struggle to crawl away. But you can barely move. Hardly move. Just as the world turns black, you see mist appear above you. Hands in the air, protecting you from a field of the falling rocks as others drag you away to safety. When you awake, you find yourself deep in Gravehold's tunnel system, with a few who made it out safely. Read the back of this card. Gravehold is gone. Lost beneath the rubble, along with your friends, teachers, and Dezmodia, most of the mages you recognize, Mist and Malastar among the survivors, tending to the wounded. Xaxos is among them, his eyes hollow. This is your fault, Mist screams at him, tears down her face. Xaxos backs away slowly. By the way, I ad-libbed there because I read it wrong. I didn't mean to. I only trying to protect us. His wounds become unclear as dark breach opens behind them. Close it, Xaxos, Brama says. I beg you. Xaxos vanishes into the void, his last words echoing in the tunnel. I'm sorry. Read the front of L05. It takes a true ordeal to access your inner power, Brama explains. While others search for survivors, you will train with me. Only then will you be able to serve the survivors of Gravehold. Follow the end of game instructions on page 20. All right, so I guess we're going back over here. All right. Oh, there we go. End of game. The game ends when any of the following conditions are met. The players are victorious. Nope, that didn't happen. The players lose if any of the following conditions are true. The players are exhausted. Yep, that happened. In addition, a nemesis may have specific victory conditions listed on their card. At the end of the game, the players will return to display all cards in their deck that cost 0 Aether, placing them in the corresponding piles. Reset their starting decks in hand so they match those written on their player mats. Reset their breaches to their starting positions. Oh, it costs more than 0. Okay, so it's telling us to do a reset, so we will do our reset, I guess. I had this would have been like taking everything out. This would have just Teddy alone would have done 2, 4, 6, 7 damage, and then she had same thing. She had 3, 4 damage. So I had some damage coming up. It's just Nemesis card came first. Nemesis card came first. Spark. All right. I don't think I need to reset my breaches unless I decide that I want to play again. It's 10:16. I don't know. Do you think I can get through a second one in an hour? All right. So we did that. Don't think we need any of this anymore. I don't know if we need the turn order anymore. Don't need that anymore. All right. Reset the breaches to the starting positions. I don't think, again, this matters. Unless I'm going to play again. Let's see here. All right. Players lose the first time they play a chapter. They retreat from the Nemesis and must fight the Nemesis one more time in the following stipulations. They may switch out one card from the supply for a card they either banished from the supply or did not choose. Oh, no, hang on. Sorry. This is a sticker. So that was already in the book. So, follow instructions on page 20. Okay, we did that. Each player finds a card that matches their mage. Alright. Find the card that matches our mage. No. Oh, it's in here. Oh, actually, if I gotta play it again, then maybe I will have to. Maybe I will play it again. All right, so there are the cards that match our mages, and then it says get rid of the rest. Banish the other cards. Bye-bye. All right. Each player chooses one starter card effect and adds it to the. Hang on. Okay. Open Insight 1. Boop, 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 boop. All right. So if you want to see the other two people, these are the other people. This is a scripted law, so you would have won, and the turn order deck was slightly different. Yeah, I don't know if it's a scripted loss or not, because remember, the turn order is still random, no matter what. So I imagine you could either win or lose. We just happened to lose. This sticker, I don't know when that gets normally added, because with the reset kit, right, it's already added in there. All additional damage. Abilities. There you go. Losing the game. Beginning of chapter 3. So the beginning of chapter 3 is the first time, I guess, you lose and we'll have to replay the game. This gets added at chapter 3. So we don't have to worry about that. So the first 3 chapters, the first 2 chapters are fail forward. How do I get you open? No, there we go. There we go. Stickers! Put you over there. Alright, so we have stickers. Each player chooses one of the starter card effects and adds it to their card. Alright, so here are the starter card effects. So, spell, deal 1 damage, gain 1 ether that can only be used to gain a spell. Deal 1 damage. If this damage is a minion, deal 1 additional damage. When you do 1 additional damage, it has to be the same target. Deal 1 damage. If your discard pile contains 4 or more other cards, deal 2 damage. Oh, okay. So this gets more powerful as you get through your deck. Focus, any player's breach. It's just a straight cast. It's like a support spell. Alright, so this does go into our deck. This one, the gem, gain 1 ether. Any ally may discard a spell in hand and then draw a card. Gain 2. That can only be used to gain a gem. Gain 1. If you have 3 or more open breaches, gain 1 life. Gain 1. You may cast one of your prep spells that cost 4 or less. This is gaining 1 and then giving you an ability. Alright, well, this one I know I want to do spells. So which spell do I like the best? I kind of like that one that as you discard, you deal 2 additional damage. Yeah, I feel like I like that one. So we're gonna put this one on. So this is where I guess people that don't use the stickers, what they did was they there we go. So we'll find out whether or not that works or not, and I can unpeel that and put it back on the board. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe, maybe not. And then we have to give the spell a name. We're gonna, oh, it's our name of cards. We have to give it a name. I don't know. Card needs a name. Card needs a name. All right. And it's a self-heal only. Oh. Gaining the life, second to last, is the only heal. Yeah, so I guess that's what we're going to put on her, because that's what I said she was going to be the... Oh, yeah, only she can do it. It's not heal anybody. I mean, but a heal's a heal. I mean, if one of us can heal, then they both don't get knocked out. So I think that is what we're going to do here. So, put that one on her. Alright. So they need, the spells now need names. Alright. And really, these aren't the cards that you have to worry about not overriding. It's the... There's some cards for the bosses that evolve. From what when I read online, like how can you replay it, or if you only play 2, can you play 2 more? And it's the cards that evolve that you have to worry about, because those would have to be reset because they come into the game earlier, and then you add stickers to them later. Now the question is, do they evolve if you're winning, or do they evolve if you're losing? All right, there you go. So we got that, so we'll call this Your spell name is Healer. But he's not the healer. She's the healer. He's the attacker. Attacker? Oh, Bow Elves is healer. Okay, healer. Hey, the Sharpie almost works. That's not going to stay on there. We know that. See, I don't know why this does this. I don't know why this does this. I'll just write on the sleeve. Yeah, kind of. That'll probably come off. I'm just going to call this Slam. Metal Ads is just called Slam. Slam. Da, 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 da. Boys be boys. Slam. That is not working. Slam. All right. We have Slam and we have Heal. All right. Place starting hand sticker 4 times. Choose a name for your thing. We did that. Banish a crystal from our starting decks. Bye-bye, crystal. Bye-bye, crystal. You go away. All right. Read the back of this card. Chapter 1 Conclusion. Banish the Maelstrom Nemesis mat, Nemesis deck, and assist cards. Open Stop ID deck. This deck contains your supply upgrades. Replace 2 supply piles in the current supply with upgrade supply piles of the same types, so that there are 3 gems, 2 relics, and 4 spells in the supply. Banish the cards you did not choose and the ones you removed from the supply. You are ready to start Chapter 2. So, we're going to go here. This is the last supply deck. So, our options, we have, for a 5 cost, we have Crumbling Compound. You gain 2. You may discard a gem in hand. If you do, gain an additional 2. So basically, you discard a 1 to basically turn it into a 2. So I'd give the 4 recruit, basically. We have a Relic. Gain 1 Ether. You may destroy a gem in hand. And that's a 3 cost, so it's cheaper than this one. The problem is if I banish these, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get them back. Yeah, it's just fluff. It's just your, yeah, for your game. Yeah. Names don't matter. They're all made up anyways. Breach Flare. Deal 2 damage. Focus any player's number 3 breach. Ooh, so this could actually replace this and do damage, which means I could do this and this. Get rid of this and put that one in. And we have another spell, Bending Beam. Deal 2 damage. If this spell was cast from an opened 3 breach, it deals 3 additional damage. Decisions. I like this 5. I don't mind that 5. I think that 5 is fine. So I don't think I want this. I mean, I like this, but it's more expensive than the baseline, and it's more expensive than this one, and I don't even know if I didn't even buy that one. So I don't think I want this one either. I sleeved all these cards and didn't need to. So I think I'm going to do my combo. So I think I'm going to get rid of Natural Wreath to do this one. Yeah, you may destroy a gem in hand. Yeah. So with this, I can get rid of my old gems. So there's my deck thinning. And then the Breach Flame I will use to replace the I basically would swap out the deal 2 damage and do 1 additional if you have 3 attached. But we would focus, our 3s would get focused a lot quicker. It doesn't open them though. I wish it opened it too. Or we just get rid of the really expensive one. Any player discards a card do 4 damage. Now I want a big card. Like, well, yeah, we'll just do the 2 for 2. Do the 2 for 2. That may be a bad decision. We will find out. Well, there is another in the divider. There's another thing. It says banished supply cards. So I wonder if it's separated like that because there is a chance we could bring them back. And these are the Nemesis cards, so they're all being banished as well. So that is where we are. That is what we have now. We have our starter card now. Her starter card now. We are done. All this jazz. I'm trying to get Sharpie all over my table here. Yeah, so that's that. Yeah, I knew this one would probably take a while because all the reading and setup and going through all the steps. So yeah, we just do one, but I think I'll be able to, I mean, it still only took me an hour and a half, so I think this is easy for me to do for lunchtime streams. So yeah, there we go. Let me actually I'll go ahead and do a first impressions. Why not? Why not? I got the time tonight. Where's my first impressions? There we go. First impressions. The box lets you store it in that game state. Yes. So there is a dividers. So we have our, well, I'm showing there. But yeah, so you have a divider for each player in here. So you store all that away, and then we come back for chapter 2. So the first thing is the components. The components are fine. It's a card game. This is a little bit older card game. The only thing, again, that it's kind of finicky are the way these work. But I mean, I understand their function. It's what they do. The cards are actually, these aren't as thin as I thought they were. I watched another playthrough and I thought these were going to be like really thin. They're actually a decent thickness. So really not too much of a complaint there. It is legacy, so of course you do have stickers and things like that that you'll put onto them. I can't say how well these stickers hold up. I can say that, of course, the pre-played game, because again, this was a used copy, the stickers in the book are holding up fine, and all the cards that I went through to get rid of, to put the new cards in, they were fine as well. And I guess add that to the components as well. There is a reset kit, so if you wanted to buy this and then play it more than once, so say you play with 3 people and you want to play a game for 2 people, or play a game with 4, or play with 2 and you don't want to mess it up so you can't play it again, it can be that. Hour 20 seems too long for a long time stream. Yeah, but there was a lot of me explaining at the beginning. There was a lot of me kind of guessing things. There's a lot of reading, so that takes a little bit of time. But I did see, like I said, I saw Dale the Casual Gamer. He did True Solo and it took him like 30 minutes. So I think I'd be able to get it done in about an hour, two-handed. We'll see. And again, the more I play it, the quicker I can go. So for example, like Star Realms, I go through that so quick now because I've played it a couple times recently, so my brain's like on par. We'll test it. We'll test it. We'll throw this up as another lunchtime stream and see what happens. But yeah, I think the components are fine for what they are. You know, if you don't like legacy games, you don't like stickers, you don't like them, well, then you're not gonna like the components. Oh yeah, art looks pretty. Whatever. The mechanics. So I like these mechanics. Again, I like Astronauts. I like Invincible. It was one of my top new to me games last year. The only thing that I say, and I guess I can only compare it to Astronauts, and maybe it'll change, is that again, I mentioned it earlier before we even started, mentioned during the playthrough, is the market row not changing. I don't much care for that. The turn order being out of sync, that's not the end of the world. Like I said, I've just gotten used to it because, again, they use the same thing in Astronauts and Invincible. So I don't mind that, but it can be a random factor, right? We lost the game because the Nemesis card came out first. If either of ours would have came out, which honestly were the rest of the cards, right? Because that's what we had left were our cards. We would have been able to take out that one guy and he wouldn't have killed us. And I probably wouldn't even have taken him out. I probably would have just done 9 damage to the boss because I knew that she was going to do another 40, not knowing what the other assist card was going to be. So that's something to be aware of with the mechanics. The unlocking, I like it and I don't like it. So the way you unlock an Astronauts and Invincible is easier. You just gain a slot and you just put the weapons there. So you just need to spend that energy, that power once. it's also a set amount, right? It's always 3 power on those. Whereas this one, you have to continually spend the power to focus these to be able to attach a card, right? So you're basically paying to attach the card or paying then to open it. The cheapest that they get is their level. So level 2 costs 2 at the very end to unlock, and level 3 costs 3 at the very end to unlock. When I saw Dale's playthrough, that's the first thing he did. He unlocked them first, right? He paid the 4 to unlock the 1, and then I guess he used his other card to make the other one cheaper. I didn't see exactly how to unlock the second one, but that's what he did first. But I kind of like that aspect that if you pay for it, you get to immediately attach to it, even though it's not flipped. So I kind of like that at least it gives you a consolation prize. But again, in Astronites, if I unlocked it, I would immediately be able to put something on it anyway. So if I paid that same 3 that I would use to focus here, I can just add it in Astronites. I can't do that here. I know some people say they like this better than Astronites. They like Aeon's in better. As we go through it, because we don't have all of the rules yet, maybe some of those extra mechanics might come in. Like I said, I know there's some kind of power generation that you get at some point. So we haven't done that. How many sessions are in the campaign? 8, right? Yeah, there's 8. And then I think there's a post-campaign. No, or am I thinking of another game? I'm thinking of the post-campaign is in over there. Star Realms Legacy has a post-campaign. Difficulty, I didn't find it difficult. Again, this is the very entry weight, the beginning level. But I think everything is pretty understandable what you're doing. As long as you follow the card. There was one hiccup at one point with the power, not realizing what power 2 meant, and that was basically the number of turns. The X is the number of turns for the power before it actually fires off. Once I figured that out, that was easy too. So I was able to go through most of my turns pretty quickly after understanding the base rules. So I wouldn't put this too complex as a deck builder as a whole. I do know though, when I first played Astronites, I did kind of struggle because it is different. Like a lot of the stuff you do in these games is different than what you're used to maybe with other deck builders like Legendary or DC Deck Builder, Star Realms, stuff like that. But I wouldn't put it more difficult than any of those. Fun at 2? Didn't play it at 2, played it at 1. Now that is one thing. This is a 2-player game, so it is something that if I didn't play as a stream two-handed, Audrey could come in, she could play with me. She doesn't know anything about the story, so I don't know if she would be as interested in it, but it is something that could be done. I liked it at 2 players. I don't know if I would like controlling just a single mage. I think 2 is a better sweet spot. Most of the time when I play these types of games, I prefer to play it two-handed. I know with Astronites Invincible, a solo gaming channel, I can't remember what it is. If you go back to my last Astronites, I mentioned his channel's name, but he kind of said that he just couldn't win at true solo. And I don't know if that's the same here, that it is harder to win a true solo than when you go to two-handed, because you have the same problem with the number of turns that are taken, right, in solo versus here. Here it's 4 player turns to 2 Nemesis turns, whereas solo it's 3 and 1 or 3 and 2. So you're actually 1 turn less overall to be able to take care of the things. And the hit points don't adjust. It doesn't adjust if you have more or less people. The only thing that adjusted was the number of cards that got discarded. But at a 2-player and a 1-player game, it's still 4 cards. So I think the only thing that changes in solo is you don't lose if you get exhausted. So unlike Astronites or Invincible, if you die in that as a solo, it's game over. In this one, they let you keep going, and now Gravehold takes the damage, but it takes double. So if you needed to take 4, it's taking 8. If you need to take 6, it's taking 12, right? So it's going to die, right? So the same thing that happened here after I died, that damage that went to Bow Elf would have gone to Gravehold and died. Does 3-handed help even more? Well, yeah, you'd get... no. How many turns is it on 3? 1-3 playoffs. 3 players. Place 1 turn order card for each player plus a wild. So it's still 4 turns at 3 players. So not really. And then at 4 players, it's double color cards. So it's still only 4 turns, but you choose which of the people is going to go, either the green person and blue person or the red person and yellow person. So that I feel like that'd be the worst way to play this. I mean, the people that completed this game before me, because again, this was used, they played 4 player. And I just don't think I would have fun where, yeah, I think the sweet spot is 2. I don't think I would have fun maybe getting a turn, right? Because even still, that would also compound and add to the buying and market row, right? If you don't get a turn, you can't even buy anything, which means, like, if I didn't get to go because I had nothing programmed into my breaches, are you going to let me go next time the yellow shows up? Well, no, you just got to go red player and you got to put more spells on your thing, right? The only way that I think a 4 player would kind of work is with that one card I just got rid of that says, hey, let another player add a attack to their, focus and add an attack. But no, I think 2 is the sweet spot. And that's same with Astro Knights, right? With Astro Knights and Invincible, I think 2 is the sweet spot. Last thing is the theme. So this one has more theme because we are going through a legacy. So we're reading a campaign, we're reading the story and all that. I don't know how much story, if any, was really in the original games. I know the later games, they did the mini campaigns, and again, I don't know why Astro Knights didn't have this originally, but the Astro Knights Eternity added like a campaign mode and you got to read a little bit of story. I think there was like a little bit of story in a campaign book you got to read. I don't know. I never played it. I went straight in, unlocked everything, opened it up, and just started playing. Invincible had the same thing. So thematically, yeah, it's fun. You get to read the little story, you get to see what's happening and learn about what's going on. The theme is generic fantasy, right? It's the fantasy world that they built. I don't know anything about this whole cataclysm that occurred and why they went underground into Gravehold, because again, that happened in the first game. And I don't even know how much that is explained. I've heard there is like a character, like one main guy, and you get to see him in like each game as he gets older, because there's the original, then there's the legacy, then there's Legacy of Gravehold, and then there's like New Age, and I think he's like old in New Age or something. It's this one character. Room and Board, he did a full video on like each of the expansions, how they ranked them. So AstroTurf Knights, green on the field. Yeah, that's the next expansion for Astro Knights. I don't even know if they'll do another Astro Knights expansion, because if they get the Invincible IP, right? There's how many seasons of Invincible on Amazon? 3. I think there's gonna be 3 total seasons. Because I think they said the 3rd season will actually cover the rest of the comic. I can't remember. I remember reading an interview. So if that's the case, then they've got at least one more Invincible box coming out, which will cover the 3rd season. And then the question is, do they go back to Astro Knights, or do they just say, okay, we're done with that system and do more Aeon's End? Because that's the thing, is right now the last Kickstarter is Aeon's End, and it's not a reboot, but they're going back in time. So they're going before everything happened. And the expansion before that was like a time travel expansion kind of thing, I think, if I remember. It was like a mini expansion. It wasn't a standalone game. So anyway, guys, that is Aeon's End. That is the first gameplay of Aeon's End. I did not hear back about Button Shy Games, so it's very possible I throw this up for Friday or tomorrow. So if you want to watch any more gameplay of this or any more gameplay of what I'm playing, make sure you like, subscribe, bell notification. Best way to come out is to join me in chat. Hit the remind me button, yeah, come join chat with David. Invincible seems kind of bloody. Didn't watch. It's a more adult comic. Even the comic book is a little bit more adult. Image and not Wildstorm. Wildstorm's not part of DC, and they basically killed it. I liked Wildstorm. Wildstorm was fun. But yeah, Image, Skybound, all of the Image presses, Top Cow, are a little bit more adult centric. Like I've read like Saga and a couple of them. I haven't read Image comics in a while because I don't have time. I can barely have enough time to read my Marvel comics as it is. But yeah, so that is what we're probably doing the next 2 days. I think I'm going to try the Catacombs, and then maybe I'll do this then. And then Friday night we're going to do My City. So me and Andre will be back on Friday, and then Saturday we'll be painting up some Marvel United minis. I think we're doing... What am I going to do that night? I don't know if I wanted to do Mystique. No, I think I want to do Daredevil. I think I want to do Daredevil, Elektra, and Iron Fist with Bullseye. Right, so that'd be 4, and Maestro would be 5. That should be doable, right? Or no, did I say I wanted to do no? Because 5 in 5 hours, that would be close. No, I think I did say. No, Mystique would require me to paint Senator Kelly. So it'd be Mystique, Senator Kelly, Maestro, Rogue, and Gambit. Yeah, it's 5 too. So no matter what, it's 5. The Flood from Halo. I've briefly paid Halo. I started the first one on the Master Chief Collection, and I didn't get very far, and then I never got through the rest. But yeah, I think it's something to do with the bad guys, right? Yeah, that is this. This is this stream. If you have not already, make sure you click that link to go out to Extra Life. Donate, make some kids at Children's Miracle Network happy. I want to joke about this now. It's not a scam. I'm not like saying I'm giving away games. I'm not giving away games. But somebody wanted a game in the Zombicide chat, and I have the Zombicide First Edition up there. And he's like, "Oh yeah," and he's gonna, ask his dad, because I guess he's probably a kid and he doesn't have money of himself and his own debit card. So I guess he asked his dad, and the dad said no. And I'm like, why would you say no to donating $20 to charity to get a $50 board game? Well, 50 plus. I mean, Zombicide's actually closer to $100, but I mean, this is first edition. Like, that kind of to me is like what's going on here? So it's either A, somebody doesn't know that Extra Life is a thing, and it is supporting Children's American Network, and it is a real thing, and the money goes somewhere, and you're not being scammed. B, they don't think I'm actually going to send somebody a game. They're just thinking I'm trying to raise money. Or C, the kid was bad and not a good kid and isn't getting what he wants. I don't know. Either way, guys, I appreciate everyone coming out. This took 2 hours just because of me rambling. Until next time, guys. Peace.